we saw the release. We know what happened this week, basically with the buyout of Bally's. Just explain, if you would, kind of how that came to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that there have look, I think that the markets have been somewhat unkind to gaming names generally. I think, markets perceive gaming to be consumer discretionary. And so, I guess susceptible to consumer consumption trends and look, we would argue that that being true, we think it's somewhere not quite discretionary. I think it's an important part of people's entertainment budgets, and so it performs better than most. Look, it's not like as if the consumer hasn't been under inflation and stress for some time, and yet the numbers that you see across, yeah, definitely in Vegas, but also even in the regional markets, there's some softness, but we don't believe that there's, some massive shoe that is going to drop on us. So we're cautiously optimistic. Um, we do, see that, right now our problem is a little bit strange one, is that our economy, unemployment is so low, and the economy is relatively strong that interest rates need to be high to slow it down. And that inflation has been, running too hot. So, that hurts people's ability to consume. Um, so look, we don't think that, again, I think we're cautiously optimistic about the economic backdrop. So I think that look, obviously, that market perception weighs upon all the stocks in the gaming universe. And therefore, if you take the other side of that, and then specifically for Bally's, obviously there's been a lot of concern that really our wins, our victories, right? Like, so our ability to win the RFP in Chicago, our ability excuse me, to take a to take our Tropicana property and potentially attract a very important partner to, in the form of a Major League Baseball franchise. Onto the site and really to the city and the state. I think these positive things in this environment is perceived as actually negative, um, and has weighed on our shares. And so, look, from the perspective, or already being, one of the largest shareholders, um, and all I can do is share that story as chairman of the board with our shareholders, share why we're optimistic, share why we're confident, and if the market just disagrees and disagrees and continues to sell the shares down, then the only thing we can do is to vote with our feet, which is to buy. And so by the announcement yesterday, which is, as we've come to an agreement with the special committee of the board, to make an offer to shareholders who want to exit at a very healthy premium. For those shareholders who want to stay are welcome to stay with me, because obviously we are, tripling our exposure to the company. We're also joined by other insiders to recommit to the future of this company. And so, look, to the extent that there are shareholders that want to sell, then they're welcome to take the generous premium cash offer that we've delivered. And for those who share our belief that we believe that the future is bright, then they're welcome to come with us on that journey.
Could we look at this as what happened this week, what was announced this week? Um, that's, at least this is the thought, that's likely to help bring the ballpark and the adjacent resort development um, across the finish line. Is that fair to say?
Well, yeah, I think that there's so one thing I want to say is, look, the Tropicana property is a very important is a very important element of our portfolio, and in part and driver of future value. And I guess the offer that we made last night is an affirmation of confidence in our future value. So I think that future value includes maximizing the potential of what will come from the Tropicana. Um, Obviously, we're confident enough to shut it and start the demolition process. We believe that ultimately what will emerge from that site, from that 36 acres, will be more valuable than ever. So yeah, no, I think that obviously, a week or so before we announced our transaction, our offers to purchase shares up in the public, we did announce that we have financed the Chicago project, which, frankly, was one that I think, even people started to doubt that. So I think really both of those actions taken together, the financing of Chicago and the offer to purchase more shares in the company, I think speaks to a conclusion that, yeah, I think we have plans for the Tropicana. We will reveal them, hopefully not too long from now, and when they're finally developed. But we're not ready to. They're not ready to be shared right now. But we do believe that that will be an important part of our future.
Uh, you talk about plans and when they might be revealed. Are we talking potentially weeks, months? Is there any kind of timeline that you can share?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. Hold on one second here. Hold on. Hey, you have to come back, okay? I don't know right now, but I think this is mine. But hey, I'm on the phone right now. Let me come back, okay? Thank you, man. Okay. Um, oh, sorry about that. I thought I muted you. Okay. Sorry, that was my 6-year old. So, I'm sorry, your question was, oh, when will the plans come? It's weeks to months. It's not that long. I mean, we did, there's been some twists and turns, but we have an amazing team working on it right now. And stay tuned. I mean, we are actually, to be frank, when we first started the process, our plan was to let the stadium go forward first, and then just figure it out later. But more recently, especially as we've talked about, as we've seen the stadium plans evolve, we've come to the conclusion that the right thing to do is for us to bring something up at the same time. Um, and so now that the effort to figure out what that looks like has been where we've been focused.
So with this process of the A's talking about the new ballpark, obviously moving to Las Vegas, these plans certainly still have their detractors and people who say are still skeptical. Some would say, "Oh well, this is never going to happen." Now, look, we live in this age where everybody likes to talk on social media or wherever. Everyone has an opinion. What could you say to those folks who are out there, some of them still, pretty loudly saying we're just really skeptical if this ballpark is ever going to happen at the Trop site. What's your message to those folks?
Hold my beer. I mean, I believe America. The great thing about America is, we have the freedom of speech, and everyone's free to their opinions. Um, we are, all I can say is what we've said before, which is that the A's are coming. We think it's going to be great for the city, and the state. And we need to also make the right decisions and investments to enhance that effort, and also capture the benefits of that effort for ourselves. So they're coming, for sure. And really, we have to make sure that we know what we want, and and that's the journey that we're on, in terms of what will replace the Tropicana. But make no mistake, there will be, our plan was to give the A's, approximately 9 acres. That leaves, 25 acres plus and the rest of the site, which is a lot of space on the strip. I don't understand people saying that there was no economic value there. I just 25 acres on a strip. I'll take that side. I'll take that. I'll take the with a ballpark, $1.5 billion ballpark generating. Look, I think there's about 70 million baseball tickets sold a year against 30 teams. So the average team does 2 million plus attendance. Um, that's a lot of people just rolling around, between New York, MGM, Grand, and our other neighbors down in the south end of the strip. I think it's a win for everyone.
Oh, what can you tell us, if anything, about the timeline? I believe we're looking at final demolition for the Trop in October, correct? Can you tell
Oh
us
yeah,
anything about that, and then anything
stay
about when
tuned.
construction might start?
Stay tuned on that. Look, the A's are going to be moving very quickly. We hope to be moving not soon. They're behind them, but we are behind them. In terms of the timeline, I believe the timeline is for early October. That'll be done. And I think I think we'll do something special. It turns out that the folks in Las Vegas like a good demolition. So we want to do something that rings in the new, that says farewell to the grand tradition that was the Tropicana and rings in the new. And so stay tuned for something in early October on that.
What are we leaving out, if anything? Anything else you want people to know, people who follow these plans in this project?
No, no, no. I think we're no, I think that we're excited. That just we're excited to move forward. So um, no, thank you. Thanks. I mean, obviously, there's more details specific to the deal that will come out when the proxy is filed and there's shareholder solicitation materials are out. That we don't have that yet, so there's not that much more to talk about. But again, as a general concept, this is really it's a reaffirmation of belief in that there is tremendous value in the Bally's Corporation and we're moving forward, and that the Tropicana and our Las Vegas assets are a big part of that.
Thank you for your time, as always. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Good to see
Bye.
you soon.
Bye.